Holy moly. I forgot how much I hate sod work. Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to try to finish up the front yard project here. If you've been following along with that, we did some sand, we did some topsoil, we did some aeration, did some fertilization, did some super juice. We've just done a ton in the front yard. But today, we're gonna get some sod to pop into the kind of bare areas. These kind of started out as like little divots or little holes, and then we put sand and then topsoil and then aerated. And so I cut the grass down to like an inch, 7/8, 5/8, something like that, somewhere in between half an inch and an inch on Saturday. So today is Thursday, so it's been 5-6 days, something like that. But I cut it really low in preparation for this, which is to fill some of those areas with new sod so that it will take and root and fill in and be nice and smooth and of course consistent and green. So anyway, we're gonna go get some sod now. So back when I owned my lawn care and landscaping business, I used to come to this place and get pretty much all of our sod. We used to do smaller jobs, 500 to 1,000 square feet, 2,000 square feet, somewhere in there. If it was any more than like 3 pallets, we just had it delivered because the cost savings. But so anyway, every imaginable sod you can think of here, zoysias and Bermudas and fescues and everything else. Kind of just depends on what's in season. But what's really cool is this drivable grass. I'm a big fan of this, and I would love to do like a good portion of our driveway up here. Once the garage is expanded to that drivable grass, I think that'd be a really cool feature. But it will also, while it's expensive, it would also be kind of a cool little feature that is like extending the backyard. Obviously you can grow it over these little like hump things, but I think that would just be sweet. And you don't have to worry about compaction and the grass dying off. You do have to fertilize it, which is kind of weird because, well, obviously. But anyway, kind of a cool idea. I'm a big fan of that though. So anyway, here we go. Got the sod and back to the house so that we can kind of show you how we do the installation here. Just a quick side note here. You can go, you see we just got 3 rolls there. You can do, half a pallet. Obviously in this we're kind of limited with what we can fit in here. We're not getting a whole pallet in here. I think the pallet weighs like 2,000 pounds and it's wet. Like the grass is really wet. They were harvesting that. They harvested that really, really, really early yesterday morning or this morning, depending on the farm. And so, you're talking of about what, 4 or 5 hours transport time from the farm to here. And it's like just been cut, so it's kind of been shocked, but it's really important that you take a couple steps with this process. So whether you're resodding an entire yard or sodding a yard, or just kind of doing what I'm doing today, which is just filling in some gaps, this will work for all of it. Just different scale, right? Like you're doing 3 rolls, which is like 30 square feet. I think each roll is 10, 5x2, 10, 30, 3 rolls. Yep, did that math right. So whether you're doing just 3 rolls like I am today, 30 square feet, or you're doing 3,000 square feet, the process is the same. The prep is a little bit different, obviously, because you get it. I don't have to explain. You guys are smart people. Okay, so brought back the old shirt. I think that's going to be reversed. It really loses its impact, doesn't it? This is our uniform, LaMarsh Landscaping Company. There you go. Here we go. Sod. Okay, so again, 2 feet by 5 feet long. This is a roll. This is what it looks like. So pretty simple, green side up, right? All right, so the biggest thing here is to try to get, what I did was I cut out a little square here about the same size as that piece. Just want to go through here and try to pull all this up, all these little sprigs and roots, to try to get them out. You can see I've already done quite a bit here because this had actually started to kind of grow together already, but I'm gonna get all this out because when this starts decomposing, it's gonna heat up. And if it heats up too much, it's gonna burn the root zone of our new piece of sod here. So, I'll show you what it looks like installed. Okay, so there you go. I do take the machete here and just kind of obviously make sure we're making good contact down here. And you can see how it's already starting to kind of blend in. When you're doing a whole yard though, you know, this is 6,000 square feet, give or take. When you're doing that much, it's just like tile work. You just stagger the joints here, stagger this. You don't want another joint right here. You want it like in the middle. So anyway, one down, like 10 more to go. 3 rolls, 1 hour, like, and a lot of it's obviously detail. You're trying to like work around the edges and get it to fit in there just right. Obviously you don't want this big, like, you know, mountainous hump there, but I do not miss that one bit. I think the biggest job we ever did was like 7,500 square feet, 15 pallets, something like that. You can keep that mess. I'll show you here in a minute though, what we're looking like. We got these porches just for YouTube. Not really. Okay, so there's a spot there. Can you see it? I don't know if you can even see it. It blends in so well. I'm being facetious here, folks. So 2 spots there. That one was a big one, a big area, but also it had a huge dip in it. So I added a ton of sand in there. And you can see a little teeny over there. I just actually cut a piece of the existing out of there and put it there. And then you got that one there in the middle. That was a big hole. That was almost like 3/4 of a piece. And then these 3 over here. So really not 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Obviously, it's going to take some time for that color to match up and everything else. But the next time I do some fertilizing, liquid fertilizer, whether that's iron or super juice, just totally escaped me. The indicator dye that I use will kind of help that blend in a little bit better. But also once it roots, the grass will actually start to kind of get back to the color, because all the minerals and lime and iron and everything that I've dumped on the lawn in the last, you know, month here or so will help that new grass integrate. Yeah, there's a couple more spots. I probably could have gotten 3 more rolls and kind of finished everything off here, but the grass is growing in those areas so well, especially after the aeration. The root zones just start going crazy, so it starts spreading and filling. And I had a really hard time, even in those spots, to try to pull up the grass, because the aeration was done 2 weeks ago, I think now. I think that's right, something like that. But anyway, so looking a lot better though. The biggest thing about this, whether you're doing an entire yard, like we did when we first put this grass in, 6,000 square feet or 6,500, 13 pallets, 500 square feet per pallet. I really shouldn't do math on YouTube. Whatever 6,000 square feet is, I guess that's 12. I'm done. The biggest thing, whether you're doing 6,000 square feet or you're doing 6 square feet, you've got to water it. You have to water it. Obviously with the sprinkler system, you just turn it on and let it go. And we've been getting so much rain here that the grass itself has gotten a ton of rain in the last like 2 or 3 days. But with the new sod, you have to make sure that that stuff stays moist, not drenched, not flooded, not, fill in the blank on another synonym, but moist. You want those roots that, remember this morning that stuff was cut, so imagine taking a brand new grass seed and putting it on concrete for 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 hours and then trying to replant it. It is shocked right now. So we want to hit it with some fertilizer here in the next probably week or 2, just to give it a little extra oomph. It normally takes zoysia about 20 to 28 days to germinate from a seed. So we're probably halfway through that process. If you cut the roots off, It's going to take it at least 14 days to really root. So in an update video or something in a couple weeks, I'll go through and show you how you can't pull it up anymore, and it is actually rooted. So anyway, obviously it's going to look terrible for like a week or two until the color kind of evens out. But again, if you've been following along, you know that Milorganite, Ironite, those products are really what determine your color. And the chlorophyll that's in the leaf, as well as the indicator dye that I use, again, not to paint the lawn, but to show where we're actually spraying stuff. That will kind of even out a little bit. And if you saw, we killed off those 2 big weedy patches. If you've been following along with all these front yard videos, that I also have to kind of spray and make sure that that grass, the zoysia that was underneath it, kind of lying dormant, comes back up and comes to color and everything. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Maybe, I know it's kind of all over the place on this one, but I thought it was important that all of these things you can use for a whole yard or just patchwork. Anytime you see an area that gets a lot of shade, you're going to start to see it where it's really, really thin. If you limb up that tree and you go in there and lay new sod down, you can extend your yard a little bit. So that might help someone else out there. But anyway, if you have any other questions about specifically zoysia, I know a ton about that. But any other grass, or trying to establish a front yard, or sodding, or planting, or seeding, or anything, fertilizers, whatever, just leave a comment below. I'll be sure to hit you back. But thank you so much for watching the vlog today. Really, really appreciate it. It's Friday? It's Thursday? Yeah, so this will be out next week sometime. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think one got posted before noon, but I'm really sorry about that. Thanks again for subscribing. Appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Feel free to hit subscribe right here. Really, really appreciate it. Or check out this other lawn care video here, or check out some of the car videos here. That would really mean a lot to me. And I'd love to hear your feedback. Anything and everything you got to say. So